What's up, guys? Dave1, 2, and 2 here, and my buddy Ryan, and we're gonna do the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile.
Yes.
Because all the new support came out on the Dev Pro, so we're gonna do
A
it.
couple days ago. But yeah, Dev Pro.
Dev Pro. Alright guys, let's get started. First up we have the 3 obligatory Blue Eyes White Dragons.
Because it's a Blue Eyes deck. Because you gotta have the Blue Eyes.
I mean, you could technically not have them. You wouldn't be able to run Maiden. But anyway.
No, that'd be dumb.
It'd be stupid. Anyway, then we got 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Kind of the odd one out as far as the theme is concerned, but its effect is too good. 2 Alt Dragons. Alt Dragon actually works now, and it's great. Basically, you reveal 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon to special summon it to the field, which is really good. And when it's on the field, it can pop 1 face-up monster. And then we got 2 White Spirit Dragons. This one's kind of neat. When it's normal or special summoned, it actually pops 1, what is it?
It banishes a back row.
Oh yeah,
any
right.
spell or trap.
And it banishes them. It doesn't just destroy, it banishes, which is really kind of good.
So you just banish their pendulum zones. That's good.
Yeah. And then you can, it's got a quick effect where you can tribute it to summon a Blue Eyes from your hand.
So he dodges stuff like effect negation. So if you're popping something, you can quick play. You can activate his effect to dodge a breakthrough skill or fail or something like that, which is
Kind of cool.
I've used it a few times. Plus, it's only if they have a monster on board. So if you attack first with him and they have another monster, you can just summon a Blue Eyes mid-battle phase for some more damage.
Yeah, they kind of made it so you can't just OTK chain like a Cosmo with him, but you can kind of do it.
It's still very good.
We got 2 Collapse Serpent. This is basically just to play our Red Eyes.
Pretty much. It banishes the Eclipse Wyvern.
Which is this thing.
And occasionally, if you have a Keeper of the Shrine, which is the next card on board, you can rank 4 for Jin. Dragoon Jin to get a monster. I don't know.
Sure. Then we got 2 Max C. This is just for draw power. We tend to want to go second, so Max C's actually got a lot of synergy in the deck, and we are running a couple of hand traps, so that kind of works too. 1 Kinkabio. This is kind of borrowed from the Red Eyes deck. Getting any of our level 1 tuners back is really
the rest of the monsters in the lineup are level 1, so honestly, it can grab anything.
It's really good.
A problem being is if it leaves the field, it banishes the card, so ideally you grab a Maiden and then use her effect to sync.
You have to use the
Yeah.
tuner that turn. Anyway, then we got 1 White Stone Legend. This was at 3 for a while, but we found that we stopped really needing it. You could probably even drop it entirely, but it's kind of nice to have the option to add a Blue Eyes.
I do like the Dark Matter play if I want to, just to add a Blue Eyes to my hand. It works out. If I draw into it, I can use Sage to get a Blue Eyes to hand.
Yeah, so it kind of works.
Yeah.
And then we got 3 Sage Knight with Eyes of Blue. This is really, really good. Main play is it can discard itself from the hand to target one of your maidens to get its effect off.
Yeah.
Also, when it's normal summon, you can add a level 1 light tuner, which is kind of cool, but you do that a lot less.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times. Maybe if I have a discard card in hand, I'll add White Stone to my hand and then discard, like with Melody of the Awakening Dragons or something, I'll discard White Stone, add a Blue Eyes, that kind of thing.
Cool. Then we got 2 Battle Fader. This is just basically to prevent yourself from getting OTK'd.
Pretty much.
Because the deck doesn't have a lot of defense against it, and it's kind of a heavy OTK format. So this is kind of nice. It gives you a turn to play, and you can, synchro with it or something.
Not to mention, Where Art Thou, which is also being played, needs a level 1 on the field. So if you Battle Fader 1 turn, then you can Where Art Thou for Sage Knight, and then normal Sage Knight to search out something to kind of get around that 2,000 burn damage.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. And then 3 Maiden with the Eyes of Blue.
Duh.
Yeah.
Not much to say about that one.
You need her for Blue Eyes. And then 2 Effect Veiler rounds off the monsters. We're not playing Guard, and we're not playing Priestess, because those 2 really only work with each other, which means if you only have one or the other, they kind of are dead. They don't really do anything, so we just dropped them entirely.
I could see maybe Priestess being used. Maybe if she gets to the grave, you can bring her back with Kinkabio and then target with something. But Melody of the Awakening Dragons kind of does the same thing and better.
Yeah.
For now.
And then we have 1 for 1, because pretty much everyone of the monsters
I think you would play this at max if it went up.
If it went up?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 Regeki, just to clear the board. 3 trade-ins, because you can pretty much get this off anytime you draw it.
Yeah.
You have so many level 8s in the deck, and if you can't get a level 8, you can probably find a way to get this to the graveyard. So yeah, this is always fine. It's really good.
Yeah. So either this card searches, or Melody of the Awakening Dragon searches for your 8s. If a normal monster is destroyed with Keeper in the graveyard in your hand, you can add that normal monster back to your hand. There's lots of ways of getting level 8s to your hand.
And then obviously the 2
Obviously.
Melody of Awakening Dragon. This is really kind of good. 2 Where Art Thou? Stupid card. Basically, if you have level 1, you can add a level 1 from your deck to your hand, which is really kind of cool. You do take 2,000 burn damage if you don't normal summon the monster added, but we don't really care. We're probably going to OTK.
That's what I said with the Battle Fader. You kind of get away with it because you can normal summon it.
Yeah, and the idea is that you basically, if you have Maiden on board, you can add the Sage Knight.
Yep.
Which that's pretty much
That is the Wombo combo.
That's the Wombo combo. 1 Forbidden Chalice. We kind of opted for no traps because we wanted the deck to be as fast as possible. So we figured we have a little more effectigation because I think 3 Veiler would be too much. So we got 1 Chalice, and then we got the 2 Lance.
Kind of the dual purpose is Chalice can target Chalice and Lance can target your own Maiden, so you can kind of activate our effect that way, as well as interaction with your opponent. So those 3 cards are kind of dual purpose, whereas Veiler is only your opponent and only during their main phases.
Yeah, even like the effect modulation of these cards actually comes in handy once in a while. So that's kind of cool.
So, and Lance is also back row protection along with the Twin Twisters.
Yes. This card's really good. Discard a card and destroy 2 Speller traps on the field.
Yeah.
It's just really powerful.
That makes your plays go through, especially if you can discard a White Stone, an Eclipse, or a Blue Eyes. It's just, it's way too good in this deck.
Then we got 2 Silver's Cry. At first, I was a little on the fence about this card because it's kind of a 2-card combo. You need a graveyard setup, but this is a dragon deck. It has no problem doing that.
It has no problem doing that.
So getting an extra Blue Eyes in the middle of your play is always good.
And not just a Blue Eyes, because White Spirit Dragon counts as a normal monster in the graveyard.
So you do get a pop.
So you can, it's basically Silver's Cry is banish a back row. It's what it turns into.
It's pretty good. The extra deck is pretty interesting. It's a lot of standard stuff, but there's a couple cool things. We got the Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon.
It's great for just a Beals. Someone plays a Beals on you, and you're like, okay, whatever. Or you want to get rid of something that has 3,000 defense. That works too.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because if it doesn't kill what it attacks, it'll just banish it. Problem is, it's got 3,000 attack, so it's not killing very much.
Right. Right.
Also, you don't play him very often, but
if you can drop him and Azure the same turn, that's really good because he can't die by battle, and then Azure protects him from everything else.
Yes, pretty cool. And then we got Azure Eyes Silver Dragon at 2. When this thing is special summoned in any way, which is actually kind of cool, all your dragons can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. It's pretty good. And then during your standby phase, obviously you can normal summon, or special summon rather, 1 normal monster from your graveyard, which is normally your Blue Eyes White Dragon or your White Spirit Dragon.
Spirit Dragon, pop a card every standby phase.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
This thing being like a pseudo Gemini is actually really handy.
Yeah, but not a Gemini. That's
a Gemini.
Yeah.
And then we got 2 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. This thing's really kind of cool. You basically make this thing first because it can contribute itself to summon your Azure, and that way you can summon your Azure during your opponent's turn.
So that the Azure's effect carries over till your turn.
Yeah, which actually is inherently more useful.
It makes it guaranteed to not die during your standby phase, and most likely get the effect off to summon a Blue Eyes.
Plus, this does have that graveyard negation effect, which is kind of neat.
And it says you can't special summon more than 1 monster at a time.
Which is really also kind of cool.
Which is awesome.
It's got a good anti-pendulum.
So if you can get Azure and him on board at the same time, I think you won.
Yeah. Then we got Cloud Castle. This thing's kind of a funsy pick for us. When it's Synchro Summon, you can target 1 level 9 monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So if you can pretty much special summon this thing back, or if you did properly make your Azure, you can summon that thing back.
And then Azure gets summoned, and then all dragons on your field get protected again. Yeah,
it's pretty good. It's actually really good. It's easy to make. 1 Start a Spark. This is just a...
it's another target for the Blue Eyes Spirit. So that's
Dragon.
the light dragon type monsters. Same with Moonlight. It's kind of nice to be able to, mid-battle phase tribute and then pop their Xe.
Yeah, so this thing's kind of cool. Then we got Armades because we needed 5, and we figured he's probably
him or Samsara, but Armades is more likely helpful,
useful. And then we got Doesn't Matter Dragon.
In this deck, he does matter
because we're not running Dragon Shrine, we're not running Dragon Ravine, no Foolish Burial. We've pretty much found out that you can make 95 really easily. So you don't
Very
need to clutter
easily.
your deck with a bunch of other mill cards. So you do need him though, but you probably need to play him so you can get your Eclipse and your Keeper in the Grave.
I was actually playing some Dragon Shrines and then running out of Blue Eyes in my deck for Sage Knight's effect.
Yeah, so
which is I was like, I guess I don't need these.
And this one's kind of another fun pick. We got the Phantom Fortress Enter Blathanir. I've never actually read that out loud. This is kind of neat. It's 2 level 9, so you'd make it with like an Azure and this thing or something.
Or just summon Cloud Castle and instantly
True.
make it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is.
The cool thing though is his advantage is 1 card your opponent controls, or a random card from their hand, or 1 from their graveyard, or the top card from their deck. The thing is, none of these target, so that's
That's great.
that's really kind of good actually. Then we got Fap Dragon. Gotta have Fap Dragon, which goes with your Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. This is how you get to your
Doesn't matter, Dragon.
Doesn't matter dragon.
Uh-huh.
Then Felgrand, still really good.
Very good.
And Queen Dragon Jin has a lot of synergy in the deck.
Oh yeah, she can grab half the monsters essentially.
The rest of these are just kind of fun stuff we were kind of throwing back and forth in the deck. Interesting things like, you got your Guard, which you could play, you got your Priestess. And then Dragon's Bine's the big one that a lot of people are playing in the deck. It doesn't have a lot of targets because it's really meant more geared towards for this, the dragon in the picture. What's this thing called? Sinyaru is what it's called.
Well,
Or
stick it in post.
stick it in post. It's called Sinyaru, and it does work though if you lance one of your Blue Eyes.
Which is, it's cool.
It's kind of cute.
I found that if I wasn't winning turn 2, then I
It's
wasn't
slow, it's
having
a
enough.
trap.
I'd rather Vanities so I can, go all ham and then set it and then just flip it during their standby phase or something. You can target the White Spirit Dragon, that he also works for Dragon's Bind, without having to lance it, as well as start a Spark Dragon. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so, it's something to consider. Alright guys, that was the deck profile. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think and if any cool tech cards you guys get, because it's kind of new still, so everyone's still trying to feel it out. Like, I saw somebody trying to stick the Gem Knight stuff in there. It's just so...
Whatever.
Whatever.
I mean, there might be more support coming out as well, so that's a thing.
There is that deck. The Revival of Dragon, whatever it's
That's
called.
true. Yeah, the new structure deck's coming out.
That might be something. Might be something.
At the same time, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But
for now, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And remember, guys, if you don't troll the meta, who will? I'll see you guys next time.
I'm doing it still. I'm trolling.
Stop it. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Mokuba.
His grandson.
His little brother. Yugi. Grandpa.
Yugi! Lackluster soldier! Yugi!
It's like my only line I know from Grandpa when he's in the
That's all that matters.
He's in the TV.
I have his soul.
My grandfather's deck.
Plays Exodia. Just splashed in.
It's just splashed Exodia in amongst a myriad of low-level normals.
Splash Exodia. It's an instant win condition.
It's on like YCS. It's like last game against 2 high-tier games and like they're 2 high
Top deck into the last piece of Exodia.
Yeah.
Exodia for game.
Exodia for game. And you're like,
Exodia obliterate.
it'd be so dumb.
It would be. Flip the table.
I sided it in. Stupid. Oh, we gotta do the last one. 1, take 2.
Dragon 2!
A new power is rising.
Not doing it every
time.
We're not doing it every
End of the game.
No more Sir Ian McKellen.
That's a lie, and you know it.
It's a lie. Every time it's a running gag. I
don't
like
wanted
it.
men.
Wanted men.
Hey, Star Wars and Lord of the Rings.
We got the death sentence on 12 systems.
I'll be careful.
You'll be dead.